Yo, what's up everyone? I hope you're doing well. I just want to take a quick look at these 11 by BBS Salomon Bamba 2s. One in a high-top Gore-Tex version and the other in a low-top non-Gore-Tex version. And clearly this one is dyed and this one's just straight black. But both these shoes have been a grail of mine for a couple years now. But these are pretty hard to find, especially if you have like a larger shoe size. I wear a US size 12, and it took me a long time to find these in my size. I thought I was lucky enough to find these low top ones back in November in my size and on sale. And then I was actually working on a video outline on these, and I Googled just to like get some more info on them, and I found that Essence did another release, and I was lucky enough to find the black high top Gore-Tex versions in my size as well. So, and then I just wore these for a couple months, so that's why this review is coming out now, just because I wanted to do kind of more objective review on these after wearing them for a good amount of time. So in this video I'm going to talk through the features of the shoe, go through sizing because I know that's very important, and then also styling as well. So anyways, so as you can see, most of the shoes are the exact same other than a couple of small details, and this one obviously being a high top. So I'm going to go through the common features between them. Starting at the bottom, you do get their contra grip sole. It's a really nice tread pattern, especially for kind of more urban wear, so sidewalks, streets, all that stuff. It's not overly aggressive. Like just for example, these are some Salomon Speed Crosses. The Bamba 2s are much better suited towards urban wear, whereas these are kind of better suited towards, you know, trails and off-road. And these might wear out a little bit faster if you wear these on concrete all the time, but not with these. These are really nice tread. I have done some light hiking in these and have worn these a lot in snow. And it does decently. It's not as good as like a dedicated hiking shoe, because I mean, it's not trying to be. But you know, really good grip with these. Both of these shoes also have their Energy Cell midsole, and it's nice and responsive. It's not like too soft, but it's not too hard either. One of my pet peeves is when like a shoe, the midsole is just like a little bit too soft or a little bit too hard. So yeah, really nice, just kind of middle of the road midsole here. Is responsive though. So as you can see, it does have the same design in the upper and everything, because again, these are the same shoe. But just taking a look at some details here, you do have a faux leather kind of toe cap and heel cup. And then there's a bunch of other different materials used throughout it in layering. And then on the low top ones, this area all down here, it is a breathable mesh. Whereas on the high top version, it's more of a ripstop material with a Gore-Tex membrane beneath that. That is where the Gore-Tex lies. So this high top neoprene, it's actually not waterproof at all, but it does help keep like snow and stuff out of your shoe. And considering that these are more for urban wear, that's completely fine that the Gore-Tex only goes up to like about right here, because puddles are usually not ankle deep. Or if it is, just avoid the puddle. Both of these shoes do have waterproof zippers. I mean, it obviously makes more sense on the high top Gore-Tex ones. But yeah, same lacing system as well. So just undo this. The zipper is actually a locking zipper. So when the zipper is up, you can move it up and down. But when you flip that little pull tab down, it doesn't move. So just open that up, and then you open up this neoprene here. And then you just have a normal lacing system in there. I have heard of people just completely removing the laces altogether and just using the zipper to secure the shoes to your foot. It doesn't really bother me that much. It doesn't take up that much time for me. And I do like the extra support that the laces give. Now, taking a look at the high top version of the lacing system, it's a little bit more complex. So again, you have that same waterproof zipper, but the basic shoe of the high top one, it's built off of the low top one, but it just has an extended upper that goes up, but like the structure of the shoe kind of ends down where the low top one is. And then so if you pull this tongue out, you can see there's these extra like kind of ankle pads that go up and give some extra padding and support to your ankle. And there is a pull tab down here. So when you put on the high top ones, a little bit harder than the low top ones, you just pull the tongue out, and then you kind of have to spread these ankle pads out And then you can go ahead and slide your foot in and then kind of tuck the tongue on the inside of those ankle pads, and then you just lace it up and zip it up like normal. So I can see, especially with the high top versions, why people might just want to like remove the laces altogether, but it literally takes like 5 seconds to do. And both of these shoes are incredibly supportive, especially the high top ones, even though the structure of the, you know, boot or shoe, I guess this is more of like a high top sneaker, I guess. Even though the structure doesn't go all the way up to your ankle with, you know, a lot of support and everything, it is very supportive and fits really well. On those ankle pads, that's where the laces do pull up, so it does tighten up around your ankle too, as you can see where that like Gore-Tex logo is. That does give support once you tighten it down to your foot. Extremely comfortable shoes, both the low top ones and the high top ones. Now, just going into sizing right now, because I think that is relevant to the, you know, lacing and everything. My normal size is a US size 12, and I got these low top ones in a 12.5, and then the black high top ones in a straight 12. Now, I did hear that the Bamba 2s, especially the dyed ones, can run a little bit small, and I do find that to be true. However, I would recommend for the vast majority of people, go true to size. Now, if half of your shoe collection is 12.5 and half of your shoe collection is a 12, and you are dead in the middle of between sizes, I would recommend going with the larger size. Now, for the vast majority of people like myself, who 90% of their shoe collection is, you know, US size 12, try and get a US size 12. But because these do run, I would say like a quarter of a size smaller, I think you can get away with getting a half size larger. So just taking a look at the low top ones, when they're all these different materials used throughout the shoe, and then it's dyed, the dye takes differently to each of the materials, and it creates a very like dynamic look. I think it looks really great. Once it warms up into later into spring and summer, I'm definitely going to be wearing the low top ones more than the high top ones, because again, it is breathable. Just looking through it, you can actually see the light pass through the mesh and everything, so nice and breathable, and it's a low top as well. Now, with the dyed version, there's a little disclaimer when you get them, a little note card says, hey, don't maybe rub these up against like light colored garments or anything, because the dye can bleed onto that garment. And I haven't had that issue yet, but when I first got these and they were brand new and the dye was still like fresh on the tread and everything, I went outside and I was coming in to the house, and like it was wet outside because it was snowing, and I came in and I like stepped on, we have like an old kitchen floor, and it kind of left a dyed footprint in a couple of areas. It wasn't like super bad, and eventually it's come out. Number one, it's an old floor that's like kind of like soft, and just we were gonna replace it anyways. And then B, it's actually like kind of has come out after several times of like mopping and cleaning it. But ever since then, I haven't had that issue. I think over time, as you wear it, any excess dye like on the tread or anything just gets rubbed off onto like concrete or whatever, and then just wears off. So again, little disclaimer with the dyed version. It's just something to think about if you get the dyed version. Maybe for the first like week or two of wearing it, don't wear them like in the house or anything. Just go walk outside. You'll be good. So when it comes to styling these, I think it's very easy to style, especially if you have kind of a tech wear focused wardrobe, or if you know you kind of have more of a kind of dystopian look to your style. Personally, I think the black pair is a lot easier to wear, not only because they're all black, but because of the silhouette as well. These aren't like super chunky shoes at all or anything. It's pretty middle of the road in terms of like silhouette bulk, but because it kind of has a natural taper up to your ankle because of it being a high top like this, I think it's a little bit more forgiving with the silhouette than the low top version. So for example, I think with the high top one, you can wear them with some like slimmer tapered pants, and I still think it looks good. So for example, I've been wearing these a lot with my 11BYBBS 2s, which do kind of have a sharp taper at the very bottom, or just some like cheap like tapered skinny like, you know, outdoor series Wrangler pants. My buddy, he got a pair of the high top ones, and he's not into techwear really at all, but he was running them with some chinos that go over the top of these shoes, and I think it looks really good. So there's a lot of different possibilities with these. So a couple of quick outfits. I was wearing a Rose and X Minerva overshirt, and then my Enfant Levy pants, and then these super clean, simple fit. Especially if you kind of like techwear more. Also, you know, I was wearing Lululemon, you know, Take the Moment blazer, hoodie, Enfant Levy pants again, Orbit Gear bag, and then these really cool kind of like techie fit, in my opinion. One of my personal favorite outfits in recent memory, you know, or even like slightly slimmer pants. I think you can kind of get away with these. I wouldn't go much skinnier than these pants. These are those tapered like Wrangler Outdoor Series pants, literally like 20 bucks. But moving on to the low top ones. Now, like I said earlier, these are a half size larger than the other one, so it's gonna be a little bit just bigger of a shoe. But because you don't get that nice like silhouette transition from shoe up to your ankle, because it's, you know, not a high top, it's more abrupt, so it's just kind of like shoe, oh, you know, it just ends. So if you have a super skinny taper to your pants, like with my Enfant Levy pants, the silhouette is a little bit off in my opinion. I still think it works, but I do think it works better with some slightly wider pants like the Nike Lab ACG pants. Yeah, once it warms up more, I actually think you can wear these maybe even with some shorts, or, you know, just some like nice kind of baggier cargos and like a t-shirt for summer. So this outfit, you know, Enfant Levy and Mez 2s, just I think like some crew neck, and then like a cheap vest from Target. Very simple fit, but I think my gripe with it is the taper on the pants is just a little bit too extreme for the low top ones. A fit with a little bit better proportions, in my opinion, would be like this one with those like Nike Lab ACG pants, just wearing a Uniqlo ULD jacket, you know, Uniqlo Heat Tech, I'm sure, and then just those pants in these proportions just work better in my opinion. But yeah, when it comes to styling color in these, I tend to wear a lot of black and like earth tones, as you can see. So styling something like this, which is this is the black and blue dye, so it comes out to be kind of this like dark navy, and depending on the lighting, sometimes it kind of gives like a purple hue to it. I'm not very good with styling color, so I've just been kind of playing it safe and just kind of wearing like all black with these. So after wearing these for many miles and for a couple months now, how have they held up? They're expensive shoes. These Gore-Tex high top ones, I think I got for like $4.16 or something. Very expensive shoes. And then the low top ones I got for, I think it was like $3.70. Again, very expensive. So how have they held up over time? You know, that's why I waited so long to do this review. And they've held up good. The only two things that I have noticed in terms of wear have been on the right shoe on the high top version, right here on this kind of faux leather like toe cap thing here. The stitching is just ever so slightly kind of coming undone right here, right where your kind of shoe bends over time. So I have been wearing these shoes a lot. It's not happening on the other one at all, so it could just been a little fluke thing. It's really not a big deal. I don't think it's going to cause any issues or anything, but again, I guess it's just something to keep an eye on. Not a big deal. And then with the low top version, the only thing that I have seen that's kind of concerning at all is on the left shoe, right where this kind of taped seam kind of comes up and meets this neoprene here. It kind of came a little bit unglued right here, and honestly I didn't notice that until today. So I'm not sure if it came like that from the factory or if it just happened over time, but you could always take a little bit of like shoe goo and just very lightly just kind of go down there and just kind of push it in, just to help prevent that from getting any worse. But other than that, both of these soles on them have held up really good, and I've been wearing these a lot. There is extremely minor wear on these soles. So soles are holding up great. Shoes are very comfortable. I've never gotten any blisters or any rough spots from it. Literally the only two issues I see with it is, again, that very minor stitching just getting a little bit loose on the right high top version, and then just that very minor kind of peeling of that kind of tape right there. And I don't think that's in like a super crucial area. It doesn't like really bend at all. So I'm not sure really when that happened or anything. Again, literally just noticed that today. So those are my only 2 problems with these shoes. Other than that, I think they're a really good pair of shoes. In terms of performance, if you're just getting like the low top ones, I mean, you're really paying all that money for the look. You're not really paying for that much performance because, you know, these are pretty standard like Salomons in terms of performance or anything. You know, you're paying for the design of it, the dyeing process of it, how they look, because there's other shoes out there with good soles and a good midsole and a breathable upper. A lot of shoes out there like that. So if you like the style of these, why don't you just go for it? Even with the Gore-Tex version, it's like you can get like a Gore-Tex shoe that's kind of similar, probably for a little bit less. But again, if you like the design of this a lot, you know, and you like 11 by BBS, just go for it. Like, I have been wanting these shoes for a long time. So to me, these are well worth the money. And I've been wearing these every single week. I've been wearing these probably 3 to 4 times a week since I got them. And those are my thoughts. So I know these can be hard to find. So, you know, if you're kind of in between sizes and you find like a good deal on one that's like a half size too large, I think you can go ahead and get it, and you just might have to tighten the laces just a hair. But again, I recommend going true to size. Currently, I don't think you can get these in many places. I know Essence has a couple pairs left. I'll check eBay too, and I'll try and link some options down below. But with that being said, thank you for stopping by. I hope you enjoyed that video, and I will see you in one pretty soon. So see ya. Have a good one.